Welcome back to our channel. Today we discuss about three topics: pollutants and trophic level, biotic interactions, and ecological succession. So let's learn. Pollutant, especially non-degradable ones, move through the various trophic levels in an ecosystem. Non-degradable pollutant means material which cannot be metabolized by the living organisms. Example, chlorinated hydrocarbons. We are concerned about those phenomena because together they enable even small concentration of chemical in the environment to find their way in organism in higher enough doses to cause the problem. Movement of those pollutants involve two main processes: bioaccumulations and biomagnifications. The bioaccumulation is referred to how pollutants enter a food chain. In a bioaccumulation, there is an increase in concentration of pollutant from the environment to the first organism in the food chain. Biomagnification. Biomagnification refers to the tendency of pollutant to concentrate as they move from one trophic level to the next. Thus, in biomagnification, there is an increase in concentration of a pollutant from one link in a food chain to the other. In order for biomagnification to occur, the pollutant must be long-lived, mobile, soluble, in fact, biological active. If a pollutant is short-lived, it will be broken down before it can become dangerous. If it is not mobile, it will stay in one place and is unlikely to be taken up by organism. If the pollutant is soluble in water, it will be excreted by the organism. Pollutants that dissolve in fat may be retained for a long time. Biointeractions. Organisms live in the air are interlinked to each other in one way or other. The interaction between the organism is fundamental for its survival and functioning of ecosystem as a whole. There are 7 types of biointeractions. The first one, mutualism. Both species benefit. Examples: in pollination mutualism, the pollinator gets food and the plant has its pollen transferred to the flower for cross-fertilization. The second one, commensalism. One species benefit, the other is unaffected. Example, cow dung provides food and shelter to the dung beetles. The beetles have no effect on the cow. The third one, competition. Both species are harmed by the interaction. Example, if two species eat the same food and there isn't enough for both may have access to the less food than they would in alone. They both suffer a shortage of food. The fourth one, predation and parasitism. One species benefits, the other is harmed. For example, predation. One fish kills and eats the other. The parasitism. Tick gain benefit by sucking blood of the host. The host is harmed by losing blood. The fifth one, Amensalism. One species is harmed, the other is unaffected. Example, a large tree shed a small plant, retarding the growth of the small plant. The small plant has no effect on the large. Naturalism. There is no net benefit or harm to either species. Perhaps in some interspecies interaction, the cost of and benefit experienced by each partner are exactly the same, so that the sum is zero. It is not clear how often this happens in nature. Naturalism is also sometimes described as the relationship between two species inhabiting the same space and using the same resources, but that have no effect on each other. In this case, one could argue that they aren't interacting at all. Ecological succession. Succession is a universal process of directional change in vegetation. On an ecological time scale, succession occurs when a series of communities replace one another due to large-scale destruction, either natural or man-made. This process continues one community replaces another community until a stable, mature community develops. Succession is a progressive series of changes which lead to establishment of a relatively stable climax community. The first plant to colonize an area is called the pioneer community. The final stage of succession is called the climax community. The stages leading to the climax community are called successional stage or series. Primary succession. In primary succession, on a terrestrial site, the new site is first colonized by the hardy pioneer species that are often microbes, lynches, and mosses. The pioneers over a few generations alter the habitat condition by their growth and development. Those new conditions may be conducive to establish of additional organisms that may subsequently arrive at the site. The pioneer, through their death and decay, leave patches of organic matter in which small animals can live. The organic matter produced by the pioneer species produce organic acid during the decomposition that dissolve the substratum, release nutrient to the substratum. Organic debris accumulate in pockets, providing soil in which seed can become lodged and grow. As the community of organisms continue to develop, it becomes more diverse and competition increases. But at the same time, new niche opportunities develop. The pioneer species disappear as the habitat conditions change and invasion of new species progresses, leading to the replacement of the preceding community. Secondary succession. Secondary succession occurs when a plant recognizes an area in which the climax community has been disturbed. Secondary succession is the sequential development of biotic community after the complete and partial destruction of the existing community. A mature intermediate community may be destroyed by natural events such as flood, drought, fire, or storm, or by the man-made inventions such as deforestation, agriculture, overgrazing, etc. This abundant farmland is first invaded by hardy species of grass that can survive in bare, sun, brackish soil. Those grasses may be soon joined by tall grasses and herbaceous plants. Those dominate ecosystem for some years, along with mice, rabbit, insects, seed-eating birds, etc. Eventually, some tree come up in an area, seed of which may be brought by wind or animal, and over the year, a forest community develops. Thus, an abundant farmland over a period becomes dominated by tree and is transferred into a forest. The difference between primary and secondary succession. The secondary succession starts on a well-developed soil already formed at the site. Thus, secondary succession is relatively faster as compared to primary succession, which may often require hundreds of years. Autogenic and allogenic succession. When succession is brought about by living inhabitant of that community itself, this process is called as autogenic succession, while change brought about by outside force is known as allogenic succession. Autotrophic and heterotrophic succession. Succession in which initially the green plants are much greater in quantity is known as autotrophic succession, and the one in which the heterotrophs are greater in quantity is known as heterotrophic succession. Succession would occur faster in area existing in the middle of the large continent. This is because here all seed of plant belonging to the different series would reach much faster, establish, and ultimately result in climax community. So, this is the end of the video. I hope you like the concepts of pollutant and trophic level, biotic interaction, and ecological succession. Scan the above QR code to get the note of this lecture. Thank you.